What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Here we are in a Mercedes Axor, A-X-O-R. It's right there on the front, A-X-O-R. It's what people would typically drive in Euro Truck Simulator. I thought I'd try it out. It's kind of like an over-the-cab that I like. I just don't like all the needless accessories and the lights that are way down at the bottom. But we'll see how we like it. The motor sounds strange from the inside. Sounds wimpy. Oh, you're not on your phone. Hey, puppy. Our dog. Alright, so this one is only a switch. This one is only a 16 speed. So we can't go to 7 or 8. We can only go to 7 low and 7 high. We can go through all the gears low and high, but it only goes to 7. 7 low and high. It is weird driving a cab over again. They're very different. I'm not used to driving them. Wait, which way are we going? That way. Oh, you slam on the brakes. So weird. Brakes. I love that. I don't know why. I like the physics. Second gear. We couldn't get off the phone in here because it just didn't work with this particular truck. It's always with the trucks, they don't allow certain characters. They do have a lot of like what we'd say like not back here Star Wars characters, but I know this is gonna hurt a lot of you guys, but I've never seen Star Wars before. So they have a bunch. I know the characters just because everybody talks about them. So they have like that R2-D2, and they have that, I don't know the name of the guy with that's all gold, but they have him, and they have the old man. I couldn't tell you their names. Sorry, but I don't know their names. Switch out of this one. So it says I'm going 40, that's in kilometers, because like I said, this truck's from Euro Truck Simulator. So it's all in kilometers. It's not going to be it's not going to be obviously or it does say miles per hour down there, but the gauge is actually kilometers, and that's all I know about the gauge. Yeah, it doesn't tell us. Maybe it will if I change around the center console. Going too slow here, messing with the UI. No, it's just going to tell us consumption. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Come on. And then I have these lights, like a cop. Strobe lights I put on it. I don't know if you can get away with it in the UK, but hey, I was messing around with it. Oh yeah, wait, 7. So we're going to, I believe we're going to Kingman. Let me see here. Kingman, Arizona. I could have pulled it up hitting another button, but I forgot the button that it is. So switch over to 7 high. only going... Well, we didn't have to get over. The lane continues, but I'm sure it ends up here somewhere. Time is it? 3:40 p.m. in the game. Oh. Hey, what about my telepass device? Can't pass? I have to go through this? Son of a gun. I thought I could get away with not going through here if I used the telepass device. The European telepass devices. Well, that didn't work to my plan. Like it ever does anyways. Doop. Nope. Oh, there we are. 55,002 pounds. Oh, I'm trying to take off in a way low of a gear. I mean, a way high of a gear. I do like the basicness of the inside of the truck. I mean, as you guys know, I've always liked cabovers. Like I drove the Terminator Peterbilt truck for a long time. Before I switched over, I mean, I think I started with like a with the vanilla truck. I think it was like a 579 single cab. It was dark gray or black. No, it's dark gray with black rims. And I drove that for quite some time. Wow, this is slow. I drove that for the beginning of my entire series when I first started playing this game. And then... I should have got over. Oh, he's coming out anyways. Oh, God. And then I think I switched to... I did an over-the-top episode with that truck, with the Freightliner Classic, and then I switched to the going way too quick. Second to get over to, even though this guy's going super slow. Then I switched to the quote-unquote Terminator truck, which is the FLB, one of the FLBs. Oh no, it's just the FLB, and then they had the FLD that I just used recently, and it's about the same color, I think. It's the one I really like with how the sounds it makes. The FLD truck, it's an older looking truck. That's the other one that I liked. But I don't mind driving this truck. I just don't like that it's not in miles per hour. But we can always look down. I mean, I always look down to see how fast we're going, see what gear we're in, all that stuff. So these solid lanes here, if you guys don't know, these are made so you can't get into the other lane. You're not supposed to until they come to these checkered lines. But I think we got to get off of somewhere up here. Well, no. There's a copper right there. We are only going 30 miles an hour on the freeway, which is crazy. It's not uphill. Get off the... Never mind. This motor sounds super weak. But it is quite powerful. I mean, in any cab-over truck, you don't really need that much power because they don't weigh as much as the other ones do. I could have got a 6x2... a 6x4 with or 6x4 with the wheels that only come down when you're towing stuff, otherwise they go up. But most of it was 6x2, so it was really short truck. And then I could have got an extended version of it, which was a 6x4 long. I just went with the basic model. doing? Hey, how you doing? I don't know who she is, but it looks pretty cute. So I changed up the road, which roads we're going, because I didn't want to just take the usual 40 or 20. Yeah, I think it's a 40. Take the 10 or take the 5 up to the 40 and just go that way. So I decided to go one of the roads that we haven't traveled yet. So you'll see we're gonna get off up here and then go north. I don't think it's this particular road, but it's one of the roads that we haven't taken yet. I don't expect it to look much different, but like I said, I always want to try and travel some new roads, so. Alright, so come up to here, put it low, run a little. It's really going through all the gears. Like I said in my vlog, I said I would go through all the gears. That's not always correct. Like I said in my last video, truckers don't typically go through all the gears unless they're hauling a really heavy load in which they need all the gears. In which they go through, in which, like you'll see, like back there, in which I went through low to 5th gear or to 6th gear. Use low 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I was barely had turned. So forgot what we're hauling, like 66,000 pounds, something like that. 50, I already forgot. We could really just do what I did in my last episode, and that was skip gears. Sometimes I like to go through all the gears, sometimes I like to skip them. It all depends on the day, anyway. But you can hear anytime I switch gears by the noise it makes, because I believe this is supposed to be an automatic. Yeah. Oops. Manual automatic. All the newer trucks are automatics. I don't like that. I like the shifter. I like to shift through all the gears. I currently have, I think I've said this a couple times, but I have an automatic that has that manual-like, you can go through gears, but it doesn't have a clutch. So, but where I live, my first car through my 4th car were all manual transmissions. I started on a manual transmission, and most kids nowadays don't know what manual transmissions are, and that kind of sucks for if you work at certain jobs, car dealerships are one thing, but auto repair shops and stuff like that, where you got to move the car around. It's just, these kids don't know how to drive those vehicles. So if I brought in a manual transmission, chances that one of the what's this guy doing? Chances are that one of the people working there knows how to drive it are very slim. It's probably one of the older guys that knows how to drive the manual transmission, because I know the kids these days, probably 75% of the kids in this generation, or that are 18 or getting their license or whatever, 16, 17, 18. I don't know when you get your license. I didn't get mine until I was 18, but I know you can take classes at 16. They're all getting automatics because they charge you now more at a dealership to get a manual transmission than to get an automatic. Automatic is like whatever, and then they charge $1,500 to get a manual, because they don't really sell manual transmissions at dealerships, at least where I live. So if you want to So if you go back, if you rewind about 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, you would get in order to get the automatics, they would charge you more to get the automatics than they would for a manual transmission. They would actually charge you $1,500 to go with an automatic versus going with a manual transmission, because most dealerships had mostly manual transmission vehicles on their lot, but now it's just flipped around, and they took the $1,500 because they're always selling obviously automatic cars nowadays, and they don't have that many manual transmissions, so they just flipped the $1,500 and put it on, added it to in order to get a manual transmission. I would love to have a manual transmission, but where I live, it's just, I live in San Diego. The freeways are 16 lanes, 8 lanes on each side, including the carpool lanes. So, and we're always bumper to bumper, you know, not always, but if you're driving on a weekend, fine, but if you're going to an event, or if it's Monday through Friday at really any time of the day, any time between 8 and 5, you're really going to be slowing down a lot. So it's just, and there wasn't as much traffic when I grew up, and there wasn't that many people, obviously. No, not a lot of people, not a lot of traffic. Obviously, those two go hand in hand. There wasn't that many people, there wasn't that many lanes of traffic, so we were able to drive pretty freely with having a manual transmission and not having to stick in. Sorry about that. Oops. We didn't have to stay, you know, we wouldn't be in bumper to bumper traffic. Better let me in. No? I'm just gonna race? Okay. Stupid lanes. I'm gonna pull you over. Yeah, when I was growing up, when I was like 18, I had a manual transmission, like I said, and I was able to drive around freely, go in the speed limit, you know. Certain times there would be bumper to bumper, but it wasn't as bad as it is now, obviously, with the population growth and whatnot. But my whole thing wasn't about population. Well, it was kind of, but it was just about manual transmissions. I didn't get a manual transmission until I was probably, I didn't get an automatic until I was, I don't know, probably like 7-8 years into driving. Like I said, it was my first few cars were all manual. Let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, and then I went back. I had one automatic, so I went through like 4 manuals, got an automatic. I got a Chevy Colorado in 2005. In 2007, I got a Jeep Wrangler, which is a manual transmission 6-speed. That was fun. Gas was crazy. Not as crazy as it is now, but it was probably about the same. I was only getting about 10 miles to the gallon. It was a 4x4 manual transmission, 6-speed, so I was always scared going from 5th to 6th when I was on the freeway, because I always thought I was going to jump into 4th because the gearbox was a little sketch. And then I got another manual transmission. I got a Volkswagen after that, manual transmission. And then after that, I went back to automatic, and then my current car is an automatic. Normally I stay with cars for 3 years. This particular car that I have right now, I've had it for 2 years, a year and a half. It's already paid off and everything, but I don't, like you guys know, I don't have a job right now. still, as far as health goes, I'm still, not doing that great. So, I don't know. Just have to see what happens. I gotta get a job. Once I get a steady job going, then I can get another vehicle. I like having no payments on a vehicle that gets me from point A to point B, back to point A, like the current car I have. I've had one or two cars that always got towed just because they were older, and at the time I didn't have really that much money, so I had to settle for a car that hopefully got me from point A to point B and then back home. Sometimes I'd have to use a tow truck, sometimes I was able to, but my current car is good right now and I want to keep it for as long as I can. There's always those times where it'd be really nice to have a new car, but those payments, I don't want those payments. And now that I don't smoke anymore, my car is smoke free now. It took about 6 months for the odor to get out of there, but I got it out. So I can lease the car, but I don't like to lease a car because I know you can put rims on it, stuff like that, and then take them off when you take the car back, but I don't know, there's something about having my own car, being able to do anything to it, exhaust or intake, stuff like that, that having a leased vehicle you can't do to it. You can put rims, like I said, but it all depends. Take them off every time you go to the dealership, or do they allow it in the terms of, not the terms of service, but maybe it is the terms of service. I don't know. What voids the warrant? What voids everything? And people nowadays, back when I started driving, you could drive anything. Nowadays, it's a lot different. I'm not really that old, but let's see, I've been driving for 10, 15, 17 years, 16 years, something like that. It's not that bad, but it is quite some time. I used to always get speeding tickets and no mud flaps because my tires used to stick out all the way up pretty far. So when it was raining, the people behind me would just not be able to see anything. Going to the desert all the time, I'd be passing more than one vehicle. I'd pass like 5 vehicles, and at the end of it was a cop. Stop again? Did we already stop? That's what happens when I switch up the map. We went from like 300 miles to like 450 miles just by switching up the map. My engine brake though is super weak. Yeah, I know, there's a truck ahead. Let's check out the chick in the back for a second. Boop. Wow, what the oh, our gas probably, because we're at 55,006 pounds, so we went down because we lost gas. See, I don't know who that chick is. Ivana Blench or something. I don't know who you are. I don't care. There's a truck behind me, I think. Yeah. This is me going through all the gears. Turn that off. Put it in low since we're climbing a hill. Get up the... Stop looking over there. Look at me for once. I have nothing to tell this chick over here because she's looking out the window. Why don't you get on your phone or something? I don't know. So we can switch to 7 high. Switching to 7 high. As you guys know, I just let go of the... I hit the button and then I just let go of the gas and it switches. So like there's like some air underneath there. That's as soon as you let go of the gas, the air moves the gear. Let's get over because that's what you're supposed to do. In real life, I do this when I'm traveling long distances. Otherwise, you can get a big ticket. I know this guy's coming up on me. That sounded bad. It looked like a cop vehicle. I'm a cop vehicle too. Hey, check out my lights. They don't do nothing for these lights. Nothing. Not even a slow down. Well, they see a semi, they wouldn't think. In, I believe it's Missouri, and probably a few other states, tow trucks have red and blue lights on them. And they have sirens as well. I was watching a trucking video, and then I started watching towing videos using the big old semi, looking those huge, like Terminator 2 semi trucks, the big old, the ones that carry semis that should probably be in this game but aren't. In Missouri, I was watching some guy named Ron Pratt. That's his YouTube name. It's all about towing. He records all his towing videos. I like to watch that sometimes. And on his particular tow truck, he's got these lights on the grill and in the back and on the top. And he's got all the flashing light, all the lights flash, have flashers in them or whatever they're called, strobes in them. And he's got not a real siren, but a siren that cops gave it to him as something that he can use. Not a lot of people get out of his way though. That's one of the things. He's using it. He's using his flashers and everything. They see that truck coming. They don't do nothing about it. Is that the sun? No. Is that a moon? Or is that a hot air balloon? Looks like a hot air balloon. I looked at the time, 10:36. I'm like, nope, that is not the sun. Oh, that's romantic. 10:40 p.m. and you're in a hot air balloon. How nice. McDonald's. We're going 70 miles an hour. According to kilometers, it's 110. I don't know nothing about kilometers. If I were to get tested on kilometers, I wouldn't be able to tell you nothing. Nope. Won't let me downshift. Put it in low. Nobody's coming. Nope. Somebody's over there. Can't really see out that side. Oh, that's pretty cool. Get back in my cab. I once went from... What are you doing? Better stay in your lane. What am I doing with my flasher? I once went from before I started recording this episode, I went from fourth to reverse, and it just died out. It just stalled immediately. Which I would suppose a vehicle, truck like that would do. I suppose any vehicle would do that, try to go into reverse. When I had my Jeep, I wasn't able to go into reverse. Obviously, you're going like 60 miles an hour and you try to... Oh, that's why I was scared, not because I thought I was going to go into fourth gear with my Jeep. I was scared because all the way to the right and down was reverse. That's what I was scared of. So it's a normal 6-speed with out the 7th gear, and then with the 8th gear being reverse. So I was scared to go from 5th to 6th, even though it's a little bit kind of straight down. That I was going to go from 5th to reverse, or 5th to 4th. 5th to 4th isn't bad, but 5th to reverse would have been bad on the freeway. That's what I was scared of. It wasn't going to 4th. Going way too fast for this turn. Oh, this is like an exit in Arizona. Oh, we are in Arizona. This is like a real life exit that I've been on. Still got 162 miles. So I believe this is the road right here that we have not traveled on. Obviously everything's all grayed out over here, so going straight right here will take us to Kingman. The train just popped out of nowhere. It's kind of like Back to the Future. That was weird. Glitched out, or that's what's been going on with the trains lately. They've been just glitching out and popping and showing up randomly. I don't know why that is. I guess we'll just have to wait for the new one to come out. And or remove mods. That's always the thing that's happening. Anytime you got too many vehicles on the road or anything like that, the train won't load in correctly because there's too much going on at the same time. Really hugging this left lane. What is that? See, from a distance it looks like those lights are strobing, but they're not. They're just neon lights, I believe. How much gas we got? Are we running out of gas? We are running out of gas. I have it on real life consumption. Yeah, I know. Customer expects it. Blah, blah, blah. Alright. Pretty nice looking truck. I don't know where the strobes come from. They're supposed to be right in the front. This vehicle probably only has, let's see, diagnostics. 6x4 mega space. 105 gallons. Yeah, we went through that like really super fast. I've already turned the truck on, so I can't turn it on again. Nobody's coming. Continue to go. We'll probably be late. Oh, look at that trailer. My trailer stability is all the way down to nothing because of the physics. Once you put a physics pack in, you gotta turn off trailer stability, otherwise it messes with it. Stop! You son of a gun. Hey, 2 yellow trucks. I wish I had my next upgrade I'll get. I think I might go with another. Let me go into low. I think I might go with another steering wheel. I have to save up quite a lot of money, but you know, it could be next year. But I've been thinking about getting a new steering wheel. One with not. I mean, I enjoy the buttons, but I don't really use the buttons. I use like 2 of the buttons. Like I showed you guys, I use like some of them are parking brakes, some of them are whatever, but I don't use it. I use the keyboard, like I was telling you guys. I don't really use all the buttons on there. And when I said they were pre-mapped, all the buttons were pre-mapped to do something. They aren't pre-mapped to do anything on the game when you plug it in. I pre-mapped them to do something when I got the Logitech G29. So I shouldn't have said they're pre-mapped. I should have said I mapped them to do something, but I forgot what they do, like the triangle, the square, the X, and the circle. I don't know what they do, but I put them as something. I just don't remember what I did. So I would have to go back and fix those. But like I said, my keyboard is right here that I could just use the parking brake, use the engine, or using the gas, use the engine, the lights, the windshield wipers, the bright lights, the strobe lights, or it would be the strobe lights, and if I had like a fertilizer or gas or some type of high fertilizer, pesticides, the very back of the truck would come with an orange light on it. We haven't seen one for quite some time, but they do have them. Hey, look at the Grand Canyon or something like that. We're hauling. Gotta always haul something. Hey, let's say hi to our friends. Hey, what's up? Is that the plane again? Nope, that's the burnt car. That's cool. I'm going way too fast. Weak sounding engine brake. Barely hear it right now. Yeah, sounds super quiet. Only 76 miles. We're not going to make our deadline, I don't think. Let me see here. F6. It wants it in 35 minutes, 34 minutes, so it wants it in about a minute, less than a minute. That ain't gonna happen. So we will be late. I just didn't know that we needed gas. I thought our gas was on our right-hand side, but then I moved up to look closer, and I was like, oh, we don't have that much gas in this truck. Because I'm used to having like 350 gallons on all my other vehicles. This one has 105, and you can't change the tank sizes. That would be a chassis thing. And since it's a 6x4 already, maybe if I make it a 6x4 long, it will have a bigger gas tank, but I like the size of it, of the cab over as it is. And I'm going to have to show you guys my other vehicle, or I might make an episode with it, using it. It's going to suck if I ever have to have a 53 footer. That's all I'm going to say. It's a Kenworth W900L. Some Big Bob super sleeper. I mean, it's huge. The sleeper could probably fit like 2 king-size beds in it. I mean, I'm sure you guys seen them before, the extra long W900s that are super long. And then you can extend it even farther to make the wheels farther back. I decided just to keep it as it was, because it's already plenty long as it is. So probably late. Yep, we're late. Okay, we've got to go in a circle because we're going to Kingman. Slow down here. So we've never been on this road, so that's a road travel, so we gotta slow down, right? We don't roll our truck, we go under around 30 miles an hour. It says anything above 35 is too quick. We're holding 30 miles an hour as it is. We don't really need to slow down anymore, we need to speed up. Alright. This particular truck, you can feel it. Really? Really? Thanks. Appreciate that. You're a super nice guy. Come on. It's like California drivers for real. We're not even in California. We're in Arizona. Gosh. Alright, 7 low. That's too high. Switch it to 6 high. There goes a nice looking car. Then I'll pre-select it to go from 6 high to 7 low. One thing I don't like about the shifter is I'm going to have to, well, it's not something that I don't like about it, it's something that it had to, I mean, I understand the way it had to be made because it was made as an aftermarket thing, so Logitech couldn't pre-drill holes in there knowing that someone's going to come along and put an Eaton Fuller on top of it. So I understand that that it has nothing to do with the shifter. It's just something that I don't like about it, but it's nothing that could have been prevented, which is I need to drill holes in my shifter in order for the Eaton Fuller deal to sit on top. It's not going to sit on top. It keeps sliding off, so I'm going to have to drill holes and it's metal, so I can drill holes in it and then put the shifter on, and I can play without stripping the screws or thinking it's going to come right off. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing, like I said, it's nothing that anybody could have changed. It's just something that I don't particularly enjoy, but you know, I don't enjoy having to drill holes, but like I said, it's nobody's fault. So 7 miles an hour, we're in second. 11 miles an hour, we're in third. 15, we're in fourth. 20, we're in fifth. See, that's like real life though with some people. Cheeseburgers. How about cheesecake? That'd be awesome. I love cheesecake. Hey buddy, I appreciate you pulling out there. Hit the curb a little bit. So where are we going? I guess this road just ends at wherever we're going. I'm gonna have to fuel up if we do use this truck again. Oh, the road must continue if this guy's continuing to go this way. I have my face really close to the screen. See where we're going. Oh, below. Turning in right. Oh, right here, FedEx. already see it. I'm probably gonna. You could feel all these bumps. I love it. Certain trucks you can feel all the bumps pretty good. So I like that. Turn around. I don't think anybody over here. Put it this way. Then put it this way. And probably close. Turn off those lights. Put on the parking lights. But we put on my reverse lights. No reverse lights. I can't really see, but we're closest to the FedEx truck, so I don't like going in blind. But we do have that big old mirror up there, so that should help us out a little bit. Alright, so getting really close to my screen so that I can see. Let me see how close we are. Put a parking brake on. Pretty close. I might be able to jackknife it over a little bit more and then come forward without hitting anything, hopefully. Probably pretty close though. Okay. Straighten it out a little bit. That's what I like about these overcabs. They're pretty good at backing in because the wheels are in the front. So one pull up, hopefully jinx myself. Nope, 2 pull-ups. I already jinxed myself. Alright, so that's good. It's a loud train. There, put the parking brake on. Turn it off. Get out. That's pretty good. A little crooked, but it's in between the lines. I can deal with that. Alright, let's drop it off. Late. 557. I've never got, well, maybe I've got that before. 557 miles, 12 hours, 44 minutes, 106.9 gallons consumed. So we used 1.9 gallons more than we had in our tank, so it's good that we stopped. We lost $7,364 and 548 XP. We made $11,847 with 882 XP. So we could have made around 1,400 XP that we missed out on, but that's fine. I knew we were going to be late. Like I said, I did make some changes to the map. So we came from San Diego. So instead of going like this way, we just went, I think we just went down the 8 and then up the 111 to the 10, up before Phoenix to the 60 in this way. Obviously, it would have been a lot quicker if we would have went the 15 to the 40 and went this way, but I wanted to travel these roads that we hadn't traveled. I can't believe we haven't drove the 15. Maybe they extended the 15 because I don't remember it being there. I just remember it being from here to like here. So I live like around here somewhere, I think, in real life. So yeah, I'll show you. I'll release an I'll I'll make an episode with the truck I was talking about, the W900 uh, truck that I was talking about, so that we don't have to, so that I don't have to go back and show you guys real quick. I'd rather drive it. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you like this truck. I know Peter will like this truck. And I will see you guys later. Take care. Peace out. Get off the phone!